You guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma. I'll be guiding you through class today. I apologize if you came to my channel last week looking for a new video. I actually didn't release a class last week. I recorded the entire thing with audio, however, and then I listened to it on my phone and it sounded okay. But when I uploaded it to my computer, it couldn't release it. It was really echoey. I'm not really sure what happened, so I've double checked all my equipment and everything should be good to go today, but I'm so sorry if you were hoping for a class last week. This class will be great. Let's go ahead and just jump right into things. We're gonna begin in a child's pose. Back of your mat, child's pose. Forehead down, maybe rock a little bit side to side. And start to find some stillness in your body. Slow down the thoughts, slow down the breath. Take a moment or two to really feel your next breath in all the way to the top. And feel your next breath out all the way to the bottom. Something so simple, just paying attention to your breath. You might notice the thoughts slowly start to settle. The mind slowly starts to relax. That's the goal. Hit the pause button on whatever you've got going on, whatever's occupying your mind. Fully arrive onto your mat. Let's curl those fingertips a little bit more forward. Tent your hands, press through the pads of your fingers. Feel your inner shoulders come back down your spine. Walk your hands over to the right. Let's walk the right hand down by the knee, kind of press down. Big stretch through that left side. Turn your left palm to face up, bend at your elbow, and then place your hand at the middle of your upper back. The more you press your left elbow down, you'll feel a stretch through your tricep. Re-extend your left arm and walk your hands all the way over to the left. Let's walk the left hand down by the knee and feel that nice big stretchy sensation through the right side. And then flip your right palm face up, bend at your elbow, and place your hand at the middle of your upper back. The more you press your right elbow down, the more sensation, more stretch you'll feel. Re-extend your right arm, walk your hands through center, and let's come up to a tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Start to walk into your hands. Each time you place your hands back down, turn your fingers a little bit more out to the sides of your mat. Eventually, your fingers will either end up pointing to the outside edges of your mat or back towards your knees. Once you get to that final destination, you can draw some circles or just shift your weight forwards, backwards, side to side. Feel that stretch through your wrists. Let's flip the hands around regular. Bring your left hand to the center of your mat. Inhale, stretch your right arm up. Actively press down into the left hand, and then make a fist, roll out your right wrist. Thread your right arm all the way through, palm up, shoulder, ear down to the mat. Walk your left hand forward. Bump your hips a little bit to the right and press the tops of your ankles down. Low belly in. Extend your left leg out to the left, pointing the toes forward. Bump your hips back a little bit to the right. Feel that nice big stretch through the inner left thigh, the hamstring. Keep your left leg extended. Walk your left hand back beside your face. Press down and unwind your right arm all the way up to the sky. And right hand back down. Now, reach both arms up, send your hips forward, big stretch. Walk your left hand down your left thigh and side bend over to the left. Keep pressing your hips forward and press the top of your right ankle down. Next inhale, come back up, cartwheel your right hand outside your right knee and stretch your left arm up overhead. So big stretch through that left side body. Press your hips forward towards the front of your mat. Maybe look up under your left tricep. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, and reach back for your foot. If you can't grab your foot, don't worry about it. You want to kick back instead of up. Feel a stretch through your left hip flexor, top of your thigh. Now, release your foot. Start to step your left knee right next to your right knee and bring your hands to your low back for a nice gentle camel pose. Nudge your hips forward, puff up your chest, squeeze your glutes and lean back. Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands on the mat, round your back cat pose. And then inhale, arch your back cow pose. Find the top of your inhale, then exhale, start to round your spine, back to cat pose, press all the air out, then start your next breath to cow. Allow your breath to set the pace for these cat-cows. We'll do a few rounds. No rush to get to the next breath or the next pose. One more breath. Meet back in tabletop. Right hand to the center of your mat. Actively press down as you reach your left arm up. Make a fist, roll out your wrist. Then thread your left arm all the way through, palm up. Once it's down, walk your right hand forward. Feel some space behind your left shoulder, upper back. Extend your right leg out to the right, pointing the toes forward. You want to feel a stretch through your inner right thigh, the hamstring. Active and full breathing. Gently walk your right hand back by your face. Press down and unwind your left arm up to the sky. And left hand back down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Hips forward. Walk your right hand down your right thigh, right leg, left arm up and over. Feel that nice big opening through the left side body. Inhale, back up through center. Cartwheel your left hand outside of your left knee. Reach your right arm overhead. Like a modified side plank or a gate pose. Send your hips forward and lift your right leg up. Flex your foot, pull your ribs in. Bend your right knee and reach back for your foot. Press your spine in towards your heart as you kick back for 3, 2, 1. Gently release your foot. Step your right knee next to your left knee, about hip width, camel pose. Hands to low back. Move your tailbone down and lean back, maybe a little bit more this time. Tops of your ankles press down, elbows closer to each other. Inhale up. Exhale, round your back, cat pose. And then tuck your toes. Let's take it right back to downward facing dog. Hips up nice and high. Feel free to pedal out your legs. Be nice and gentle with yourself. If there's tension or resistance here, can you breathe into that? Every time you come back, it'll get a little bit easier. Feel a little bit more space. Patience, be gentle. Let's lift our heels up, squeeze the calf muscles, feel your ankle bones hug in a little bit. As you do that, you can almost feel your inner thighs bow outwards. So almost like you're trying to press your thighs away from each other, but hug the ankles in. That'll just help you engage your legs. Tippy toe all the way to the front of your mat. Each step, can you take your feet a little bit wider until eventually you're in a nice wide forward fold at the front of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you like to. Let's clasp our hands behind our head today. Your forearms will kind of wrap around your temples, like you're trying to get the elbows closer to each other, almost like you're wearing a helmet. Then rock a little bit side to side. This might help add some extra pressure to your head, like some extra weight, so you can kind of relax your upper back, your cervical spine a little bit more. Feel a little bit more release with every exhale. Switch which thumb is on top. And release your hands. Let's go toes out towards a yogi squat. Start to drop your seat down. Feel free to wiggle a little bit side to side. Lighten your toes, heavy heels. If this doesn't feel good, feel free to go halfway down or grab a block. Hands on the mat. Take a big step back with your left foot. Drop your left knee. Your right toes are still turned out like you were in yogi squat. Left hand stays on the mat, right hand, right thigh, crooked monkey. Melt your hips forward as you kind of press the right knee in the direction of the toes. Stay there or reach your right arm back so the right arm is parallel with the mat. Then maybe look back at your right hand. Feel it opening across your chest. Great, big inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Tuck your back toes and send your right leg up behind you. 3-leg downward facing dog. Bend your knee, stack your hips, and then move that leg around freely. Circles, bend, straighten. Whatever you're doing, relax your neck, lengthen your arms, press your inner palms down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, crunch your right knee into your nose. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh for figure 4 bear pose. Flex your right toes. Bend into your left knee also. Think about pressing the right knee towards the back of the mat. Feel that nice big opening through your right hip. And then step your right foot forward towards your thumb. Drop your back knee and find a half splits. Pull your toes back towards your face. Rebend your right knee, Anjaneyasana. Reach both arms up. Melt your hips forward without dumping into your low back. So pull your ribs in, big inhale. Exhale, twist to your right. Left hand to your knee. Again, right arm reaching back. Feel some expansion across your chest. Sweep your right arm around and on top of the left. So you've got eagle arms with the left arm on the bottom. Lift your elbows up a bit. Press your spine in towards your heart. Squeeze your left glute and stamp your right heel into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, keep the arms, tuck your back toes. See if you can drag your left foot up towards your right foot, standing. Keeping those eagle arms, lean back one more time. Exhale, release the arms as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet out wider, mat's width, toes out. Drop your seat down, yogi squat. Elbows press knees away. Draw your waistline in, feel the back of your skull lift. Lighten the toes, heavy heels. Hands down, right foot step back. Crooked monkey, right knee on the mat, left hand on your left thigh. Little press, the knee in the direction of the toes. Continue to melt your hips forward and then maybe reach your left arm back. Feel some expansion across your chest and try to look back at your left hand. Great, left hand down, tuck your back toes, find a 3-leg downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up, bend knee, hip stack, and move it around. Squeeze your right leg a lot, especially the right upper thigh. Keep that nice and sturdy. Drop your right heel in the direction of the mat. Big inhale, hips square. Exhale, crunch, knee, nose. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. You're also bending your right knee for figure 4 bear pose. Hips go up nice and high. Left toes stay flexed. Breathe into your outer left hip for 3, 2. Step your left foot forward, 1. Drop your back knee, find a half split. Pull your toes back towards your face. Think about scissoring or squaring the legs and the hips off. So left hip kind of drags back, right hip drives forward. Rebend your left knee and reach both arms up, Anjaneyasana B. Your left heel nice and heavy, stamping. Twist to your left. Put your right hand on your knee, so you're twisting from your midline, not from your hips. You should feel this in your low belly. Sweep your left arm around on top of your right. Eagle arms with the right arm on the bottom. Elbows up a bit. Chin up a bit. Feel length through your abdomen. Tuck your back toes. See if you can kind of drag your right foot up to meet your left foot, standing at the front of your mat. Elbows up, lean back, firm your glutes. Release your arms as you forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart. And step your feet together. Release your arms down by your side, Samastitihi, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, empty your lungs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, right foot, then left foot, Chaturanga Dandasana, knees up or down on this first one. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, or Cobra Pose Bhujangasana, thighs on the mat. All of us, toes tuck, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Legs squeeze, feel free to bend your knees. You want your hips, tailbone lifting, make that the priority. And if when you do that, you notice your ribs flare out, tuck your ribs in slightly. Feel space between the shoulders, spread your fingers. Relax your neck, and most importantly, house your breath. Lift your heels, look forward. Step with your right foot, then your left foot to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Look up, hands to your heart. And Samastitihi. All right, we'll do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left foot, right foot, step back to the bottom of your chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, legs squeeze, upward facing. Exhale, lower abs, squeeze, downward facing. Hide your heels a little bit behind your ankles. If your heels easily touch the mat, can you lift your toes? Don't force it. Try to avoid dumping your chest back towards your knees. You still want to feel a little lift of your sternum going forward and hollowing out your armpits. That'll make some space for your neck as well. Inhale, heels up, look forward. Step left foot, right foot to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands heart. And hands side. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose, arms up. Melt your shoulders, shin bones back and knees back a bit. Low belly, nice and firm. Bring your hands to your heart center. Lift your heels up and start to drop your seat towards your heels for toe stand. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips instead of leaning forward. If you need to, hands on the mat or hands on blocks. Eventually, hands heart center. Ankle bones hug in, thigh muscles squeeze, belly button back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Breathe here. 3, 2. Feel free to use your hands. Drop your butt back. Lift your legs forward. Navasana, boat pose. Knees bent a little easier. Straight legs definitely more challenging. Squeeze your lower abdominals. Sternum lift, low back in for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower all the way down onto your back. How slow can you go? Slower is definitely going to be harder until eventually you lay all the way down and take a nice big full body stretch. Arms overhead. Bend your knees and put your feet on the mat. Arms by your side, bridge pose. Scoop your tailbone, lift your hips up. Firm your glutes, light toes. If your ribs are flaring up, try to tuck the ribs in so your belly's still engaged. Slowly lower your hips down. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab behind your hamstrings. Rock up and down the length of your spine a few times. After your last one, cross over your ankles, step or jump back. Take it through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, take an inhale, breath, prepare. Exhale, step your right foot forward, rise up, warrior one. Warrior one, let's try to bring those palms together. You might even look up at your hands. If you feel the shoulders shrugging up by the ears, can you melt them down? Left hip wrapping forward, inhale. Exhale, draw a line to the arch of your left foot. Try to keep your hands together. If it helps, you can interlace your fingers. On your next inhale, turn to your left, star pose. Try to keep your palms together. Exhale, goddess, heels in and toes out. Roll your shoulders down your back. Bring your right elbow to your right thigh and take a side stretch. Left arm reach up and over. Lighter toes. Left elbow, left thigh, reach your right arm up and over. And once you get there, bump your right heel out, left toes out. You're in a side angle at the back of your mat. Scoop your left glute underneath your right. Look up at the ceiling. Next, inhale, rise back up, star pose, and exhale, forward fold all the way down. Squeeze your legs, line your fingertips up with your toe tips. Feel your kneecaps lift up. Think chaturanga arms, actively press down. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk around to the front of your mat, drop your back knee, and reach both arms up. You might interlace your fingers and draw a line on the ceiling as you lean back. Exhale, both hands to the mat, step back, chaturanga. We'll meet downward facing dog and do that on the left side. Inhale, breath, prepare. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Back heel down, warrior one with your palms together. Feel your right hip wrap forward as your left hip tugs back. Maybe even look up at your hands, inhale. Exhale, draw a line to the arch of your right foot. If it helps, you can interlace your hands. Next, inhale, turn to your right, star pose. Exhale, goddess pose. Sink nice and low, and then we'll take our side stretch. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm reach. Right elbow, right thigh, left arm reach. Once you get there, left heel out, right toes out, side angle. Squeeze your low belly, pull your ribs in, then back up, star pose. Exhale, forward fold. Line fingertips up with toe tips. Tailbone lifting. Feel free to adjust your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk around front. Back knee down, both arms up. You might like to interlace thumbs opposite and lean back. Exhale, hands down. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath, find a rhythm. Big inhale. Exhale, right foot step. Inhale, warrior one, palms together. Exhale, draw a line to the arch of your left foot. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess pose. Right elbow, right thigh, side stretch. Left elbow, left thigh, side stretch. Right heel out, adjust your toes, side angle. Inhale up, star. Exhale, fold, squeeze. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, around to the front. Back knee down, both arms up, maybe interlace. Exhale, hands mat, step back, chaturanga. Left side, inhale. Exhale, softly, left foot step. Warrior one, arms up. Draw a line to the arch of your right foot. To your right, star pose. Exhale, goddess pose. Left elbow, left thigh, side stretch. Right elbow, right thigh, side stretch. Left heel out, right toes out, side angle. Straight legs come back, star pose. Exhale, wide leg fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk to the front. Back knee down, arms up, maybe interlace. Exhale, vinyasa. Finding that rhythm with your breath. No rush to get to the next breath. Make sure you're filling up all the way to the top and emptying out completely. Let's take that through one more time. Inhale. Exhale, right foot step softly. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to the arch of your left foot. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Right elbow, right thigh, side stretch. Left elbow, left thigh, side stretch. Right heel out, left toes out, side angle. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide leg fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, around to the front. Back knee down, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Left side, inhale. Exhale, left foot step. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale to the arch of your right foot. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Left elbow, left thigh, side stretch. Right elbow, right thigh, side stretch. Left heel out, right toes out, side angle. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, wide leg fold. Halfway lift. Walk it around to the front. Back knee down, reach both arms up. Exhale, vinyasa. Awesome work. Once you get to down dog, walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Feet are the width of your hips. Padangusthasana. Grab your big toes, thumbs cap your big toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, squeeze. Low belly, upper thighs. All of that's really engaged. What you're stretching is the back of the legs, back of the body, neck, shoulders. Almost feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades apart a little bit. Crown of the head sinking. Roll your weight a little forward. Squeeze your belly more. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your waist and rise all the way up to stand. Bring your right knee up in front of you. Keep your right knee in line with your hips. Keep your hips even with each other. All right, from here, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. We've got a figure four. Bring your hands to your heart center, gentle tuck of your chin. Flex your right toes. Think right knee back. The lower you sit, more stretch. All right, left hand to your waist, right hand to your big toe or your knee. Take your right leg all the way out to the right. Scoop your hips underneath. Scoop your tailbone towards your left heel. Pull your belly button back. Bring your right leg through center. Reach your arms up and float your leg. Shoulders forward for 3, 2, 1. Dive, standing splits, hands to the mat, right leg kick up, squeeze, low belly. Fold. Keep right leg lifted, walk your hands forward, 3-leg down dog. Bend your knee, stack your hips, and then roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Gently step your right foot behind you. Great, send your hips up to the sky. Now, listen carefully. I want you to slowly lower your seat down. You can bend your left knee as you do this. Your left leg stays straight towards the back of the mat. Your right knee is bent. Now, you might need to wiggle your right foot a little bit out to the right, reach both arms up, and then fold over your left leg. Then you might use your right arm to kind of block the right shin, like you're swimming, doing the breaststroke. So maybe arms out, maybe sweep your right arm behind you and go for a bind. You're still trying to square your torso forward, so left shoulder coming forward, either reaching for your left foot or getting that bind around your right leg for 3, 2, 1. All right, release that. Put your left hand back behind you, how it was for Wild Thing. Now step your right foot across your left leg, but point your toes towards the other long side of your mat. As you roll to the outside edge of your left foot, lift your hips up for kind of this sunrise lunge. Left shoulder over wrist. You're basically in a side plank with the right foot stepped out in front of you. Lower your left hip towards the mat. Reach your right arm towards your left foot. Then lift your hips up again. Feel that nice big stretch. Again, lower your hips down and lift your hips up. Keep going. Right hand down, roll onto your left toes and swing your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Wiggle your left foot a little bit to the left and reach both arms up. Crescent warrior. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Right elbow press down into, or right hand press down into left hand. Puff up the back of your left leg for 3, 2, and 1. Look down, shorter stance, pyramid pose. Bump it up. Right hip tug back as you fold over your right leg. Scissor your inner thighs towards each other. Try to square off your hips. Revolve triangle. Left hand down, right arm reach up. Feel free to grab a block if you'd like. Shift your hips a little to the left. You want to feel like you're lengthening into the right side body, not crunching. Maybe look up at your right hand for 3. Squeeze your back left leg, 2. And 1. Look down, step your feet together, front of your mat, forward fold. Bend into your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Eagle wrap your right arm under your left arm. Stay nice and low. Lift your right leg up and over your left leg. Garudasana, eagle pose. Feel your right hip crease come back. Elbows up, forearms forward. Feel space in your upper back. Big inhale. Exhale, elbows towards your knees. Round your back. Cat pose-ish. Everything will unwind here. Half moon pose. Left hand down. Right arm reach up. Flex your right foot like you're stamping a hole in the wall behind you. Stay there or bend your right knee and reach back for your foot, full moon pose. Very similar to what we did on our knees in the beginning of class. You're kicking back instead of up. Squeeze your upper left thigh. Gently release that grip on your foot. Take a big step back with your right foot. Reverse triangle, straight legs. Breathe, lengthen to that side. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Swing your left leg up behind you. 3-leg down dog. All right, let's go ahead and bring that left knee forward. Pigeon pose. Should feel pretty nice after that half moon pose and eagle pose on your left leg. Come down to your forearms if that feels nice, or grab some props. Breathe into the outer left hip. Can you still feel the top and bottom of every breath? Where can you slow things down, soften a little bit? Walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your back toes. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot, chaturanga. We'll clear out that side and just meet back in a downward facing dog. Now once you get back to down dog again, walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Slide your hands under your feet, this time Padahastasana. Back of your mat, standing on your hands. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Imagine rolling your weight a little bit more forward towards your wrists. You'll feel a nice massage into your hands. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. Flip your tailbone up. Squeeze your low belly. Relax your neck. Let your head hang. Imagine trying to slide your hands out from underneath you for 3, 2, 1. Gently release that and bring your hands to your waist. Flat spine, rise. Bring your left knee up in front of you. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh, figure 4. Hands heart center, flex your left toes. The more you think about pressing your left knee back, more sensation you're going to feel. Right hand to your waist, left hand grab your big toe or your knee and take your left leg out to the left. Squeeze your low belly, scoop your left glute underneath you, and you're trying to flex your left toes, almost like left toes going back behind you. 3, 2, 1. Left leg through center, reach your arms up, float your leg for 3. Shoulders forward, low belly squeeze, 2. 1, dive down, standing splits, forehead towards your right shin. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your low belly. Walk your hands forward, keep your left leg up. Bend your knees, stack your hips. How slowly can you flip it over into wild thing? Land nice and soft, chest to the sky, spine press in. Now listen carefully, slowly lower your seat down. You might need to bend your right knee to do this. Lower your seat down, right leg extending towards the back of your mat. Left knee bending. You might need to move your left foot a little to the left. Reach both arms up and then reach for your right foot. Stay there or imagine doing a breaststroke, swimming. Left arm wraps around, kind of blocks your left shin. Palm facing back. Right arm reach back. You might grab fingers or actually grab your right wrist. Either way, you're trying right shoulder forward and folding over this right leg for 3. 2, 1, release that. All right, right hand behind you like you were in Wild Thing. Step your left foot around in front of your right leg. So your left toes are pointing to the other long side of your mat. Kind of come into a side plank on the right with the left foot stepped in front of you, like a sunrise lunge. Now as you lower your right hip towards the mat, stretch your left arm towards the back of your mat. Lift your hips up and lower. Lift up and lower one more time. Lift up. Keep going, left hand down, swing your left leg up behind you, and then step your left foot forward. Find a high lunge, crescent warrior. Take your time getting there. Left foot forward, high lunge. Prayer twist to your left. Take your time wiggling into it. Puff up your back right leg, squeeze your right glute. Feel your sternum come towards your thumbs. And release, pyramid pose. Hands down, shorter stance. Scissor your legs, right hip a little forward, left hip a little back. Press the big toe mound of your left foot down. You feel a nice big stretch through the back of your leg. All right, right hand down, inner outside your foot, left arm reach up. Now, if you really want to feel that length in the left side, you could start with your hand on your waist and kind of tug your hip back. Left arm reach up, squeeze. Outer hips squeeze towards each other, belly in, 3. Expand your chest, 2. And 1. Left hand down, step your right foot to meet your left foot, forward fold at the front of your mat. Bend your knees and reach both arms up. Eagle wrap your left arm underneath your right arm. Shoulders stay over your hips. Stay low, left leg lift up and over. Once you get there, you want to think left hip back a little bit, belly button back. Sit down a little lower without leaning forward. Feel some length through the back of your neck. Inhale. Exhale, elbows towards your knees, round your back. Think cat pose. Big unwind, half moon. Right hand down, mat or block. Left arm reach, pull your ribs in, squeeze your right upper thigh. Stay here or left knee bend, reach back for your foot, full moon pose. You're kicking back instead of up. Squeezing this right leg and even putting a little bend in the knee might help you feel more sturdy. Release the foot if you've got it, big step back, like warrior two. Straight legs, reverse triangle, reach up, press the big toe mound of your foot down. Exhale, windmill your hands to the mat. Swing your right leg up behind you, big inhale. Exhale, pigeon pose, right side. Take your time getting into it, pigeon pose. Adjust as needed. Relax your shoulders, the muscles in your face. Can you breathe a little bit more space into some areas that feel tense, tight? Slowly walk your hands back towards you. Tuck your back toes, step back, chaturanga, last time. Once you get back to downward facing dog, lift your heels, look forward, step or jump through to a seated position. Let's go bottoms of the feet to touch, Baddha Konasana. Grab your feet or ankles. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, hinge and fold. You might like to open your feet up like a book if you feel pretty flexible here, like you need more sensation. So you think outside edges of the feet pressing towards each other, feet opening up like a book. Sternum forward. Release that grip, close your knees up like a book, and plant your feet out in front of you. Hands behind you, windshield wiper your knees side to side. All right, pause with the knees in center. Let's go hips up, reverse table or bench pose. Firm your glutes, feel a stretch through your wrists, shoulders. 3, 2, 1, lower your hips down, and then lower your back down. Keep your knees bent. Arms by your side. We'll do 2 back bends here. I'll walk you through bridge and upward facing bow, or you can take 2 of the same. Arms by your side, scoop your tailbone and lift your hips up. Now we did 1 bridge pose earlier in class, so if you'd like to clasp your hands here, make a bind and feel a little bit more space in your upper chest. Keep your ribs tucked slightly. And then slowly lower. Release the bind if you've got it. If you'd like to try upward facing bow, well, make sure you're somewhat prepared for it. You'll put your hands beside your head, thumbs point towards your ears, elbows hug in. Start out with bridge pose. Just lift your hips up like you would for bridge, just keeping your arms like this, little grasshopper arms. Then you'll press down into your hands, maybe bring the top of your head to the mat. Now you've got 3 points of contact with the mat to share your weight. Hands and your head. If you feel ready for it, press into your hands, lift your head up off the mat. Make sure your toes point forward or even a little bit in. That way you'll feel your inner thighs engage. We don't want the toes to turn out. You're pressing your chest towards the space behind you, relaxing your neck completely. You'll feel a big stretch on your wrists. You might like to grip a little bit with the pads of the fingers. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower. Hug your knees into your chest when you get done. Awesome. Rock a little bit side to side. Let's grab a happy baby pose. Take your feet or ankles, maybe behind your hamstrings if that doesn't work out. Rock a little bit side to side. Great. All right. From here, release your feet. So just bring the bottoms of the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe hands on top of your thighs. Or you can sprawl your arms out to the side. Start to feel a little opening through your hips. And slowly feel your body kind of melting into this shape, giving in a little bit more with each breath. Take your left knee over to meet your right knee and look off to the left. This should be a really gentle twist, not super exaggerated. Just kind of let your body melt into it, nice and gentle. Reopen your legs to Supta Baddha Konasana and then bring your right knee over to meet your left knee and look off to your right. Open your legs up again, and then close your knees like a book. To release your low back, you might put your feet on the mat and let your knees fall in towards each other for a few moments. When you're ready, start to extend your legs towards the front corners of your mat. Wiggle your shoulder blades underneath you. Make any other small adjustments you need to feel more comfortable, more at peace. Do your best to find complete stillness, even when the urge comes to either get up or move around, scratch at an itch, something of that nature. How can you maintain this stillness? This is also the practice. Practice isn't just the poses. Practice stillness, leaning into uncomfortable things, feeling sensation instead of avoiding them. We'll be here for a little while, Shavasana. Take rest and enjoy. Slowly start to bring some awareness back to your fingers and your toes. If you have time to stay here longer, I definitely encourage that. When you're ready, take a nice full body lengthen. Hug your knees into your chest and roll onto your right or left side. When you're ready, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Relax your shoulders. Sit up nice and tall. And bring your hands to your heart center and honor the peace within, and the space you created. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bow your head. Thank you so much for sharing your energy and your practice. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this class. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Besides last week, I do release classes every single week. That was just a fluke mistake on my audio, and I'm so sorry about that. But I do release new classes every single Wednesday and then a posture lab on Fridays if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the alignment and fundamentals of the yoga poses. Hope to see you on your mat soon.